much needed change.
Oh, Andrew, the main thing I stressed on is keep the mistakes to a minimum, because I think that's what's going to decide the game.
And how's their form been in the lead up to this match?
Oh, we've been a bit erratic, I suppose, and it looks like East will be favourites today, but I'm not that concerned because we've had a very good preparation this week. So,
equal second on the ladder, but points for and against relegated them into the knockout semi-final. Let's have a look how they line up for this afternoon's clash. It's Langers the fullback, Chandler and Hunter the wingers, Williams and Robertson the centres, the 5'8" is Spark, Ovens is the halfback, the lock forward Glenn Haggarth, second rowers are Dean Ponting, who comes in for Andrew Walters, who's onto the reserves bench. Katz is the other second rower, Olsen and O'Doherty the props, and the hooker is Parcell. Eastern Suburbs make their way out onto Lang Park. Of course, they made the semi-finals with a late burst in the season, and of course a win over Western Suburbs in our telecast match last week. Here's how they line up against the Jets this afternoon. The fullback is Hastings, McDonald and Cowell are the wingers, Cook and Dowden in the centres, Anderson is the 5'8", Muir the halfback, Alan Bell comes into the lock forward position in place of Darren Smith, who of course has that broken jaw. Second rowers are Staines and Patterson, Lusk and McIntyre the props, and Dave Eckert is the hooker.
And referee Tim Mander starts the knockout semi-final of the Winfield Cup. A match between East and Ipswich have possession just outside their own 22. Well, Mick, we saw a thriller in reserve grade, a 20-all draw in the knockout semi-final between East and Ipswich. If the excitement in this match is as much as it was in that, we're in for a real cliffhanger.
Oh, we certainly are. I've looked at these two teams. I think East have the advantage in the pack, although Ipswich will never lie down or lay down. And yet, you look at the halfback and the 5'8" from both sides, and it'll be very interesting to see what goes on there too.
2 metres out from the line. Staines goes to dummy half. Who wants it? Muir, Anderson, Cook. Hastings gets his pass away to Dowden, to Mark McDonald, and East have done it. They've cracked Ipswich the first time they've got near the try line. And the leading try scorer in the Brisbane competition, Mark McDonald's in to score. East lead 4 points to 0. And he'll be tackled only about 8 metres out. Anderson over to Lusk, a little stab kick. Here comes Cook, and that's a try. They've done it again, East. By golly, when they get close to the line, Ipswich can't hold them out, and the big front row is showing shades of Barlow.
No, not this day. I was thinking I've got all the attributes. This is just another one. And look at Cook, he says, oh, thank you, and the ball's lovely. I was onside, and I should imagine that this might be an extra 2 points coming up.
Well, Andrew, Ipswich are in strife.
They are, and I think defensively their problem is that they're not coming forward to meet the East players. Certainly when they took the tap, when Nick Muir took that tap, it looked as if he was just having a light stroll. Nobody put pressure on him. He had seconds to get rid of a pass, and then that was the way that the rest of the movement went.
Hastings kicks it pretty straight. No, it doesn't. Goes away. So East lead Ipswich by 10 points to 0, and there's 16 minutes. Take a tap centre field over to Olsen. And now they're only 8 metres out from the line. Parcell at dummy half. Carts. Haggarth almost to Shepherd. Carts towards the line. Couple of big strong runs from the second row in the last couple of minutes. Parcell well picked up by Spark. He's got it away to Robertson. It's a try. Ipswich are in. Ken Robertson's in to score. The Jets are back in business. East lead 10 points to 4. And there's Darren Smith with Des Morris. Darren, of course, broke his jaw in the match against Western Suburbs last week. 12 metres out from the Eastern Suburbs line.
Let's see if Ipswich can finish off a move. It's rather strange. They needed support there. That was a good run from Doherty, but they seem to get here and they don't know how to finish it at all.
Spark couldn't get his hands free to get the pass back to Ovens. Williams at dummy half. Now Ovens. Walters pushes away Eckert. Well, he tried to, but Eckert eventually held on to him. Now it's with Hunter. Carts. Out to Walters. Trying to get his hands free. He has. Gavin Payne's got it. Back to Hunter. He's only got Cook to beat. It's back inside to Williams. And he's in. Ross Williams is in to score. It's an even ball game. 10 points apiece. 18 minutes remaining.
Oh, and I didn't think they had a chance of getting over there, Ipswich. I was about to make the comment.
Straight.
Here we go.
Last tackle coming up. And Ipswich are controlling the ball. Ovens for a field goal. It's over. Ipswich hit the front.
Pointed out, Alan, was that they won against the head all afternoon, Ipswich. Tremendous, real good pushes. Best players, O'Doherty, Ovens, Robinson and Williams. And for East, I thought that Hastings was terrific, McIntyre marvellous, and all in all, a real tough final.
And O'Doherty is still going at the end. There's 3 seconds remaining. There won't be time to play the ball. That's full time. Ipswich keep going. They've won the knockout semi-final. East bow out